Sportsnet Dodgers, brought to you by Mercury Insurance. John Hartung, Jerry Hairston Jr., and Nomar Garciaparra. The Dodgers take the first two of this series against the Rangers. They've now won 7 of their last 8 games, and we talked on the pregame show how the Dodgers, at least here at home early this season, haven't scored a ton of runs early in games. Well, they got 4 runs in the first inning tonight thanks to Shohei Ohtani hitting a home run, Teoscar Hernandez a 3-run shot, and Emmett Sheehan dominant and efficient for 6 innings, Jerry, if you just take away those Brandon Nimmo at-bats away.
Yeah, listen, Brandon Nimmo's a very good player. Yeah. Obviously, he had a great night for the Texas Rangers. But back to that first inning, Jerry. Remember, I told you, these guys watch our pregame show. They heard the noise. They weren't able to score early in ball games. 4 spot in that very first inning. Shohei Ohtani and Teoscar Hernandez, big flies.
For Emmett Sheehan, that first inning, trying to minimize the damage, minimize runs, and he gives up a home run early. Brandon Nimmo definitely was ready, ambushed him, but after that really settled in, and it's up to the offense to also help Emmett Sheehan feel comfortable. Well, Shohei did that in the first inning, and so did Teoscar Hernandez.
And speaking of that man, Teoscar Hernandez, a huge 3-run homer in that first inning, and right now he's standing by on the field with Kirsten Watson.
Teoscar, you had yourself a 2-hit night, including a 3-run homer. Recently said that you're feeling very close when it comes to the swing. After the results tonight, how are you feeling offensively?
Man, really good. Obviously, been here and there with the timing, pitch selection, getting a good pitch to hit. You know, it's a day-by-day thing. Like you gotta work on it, go out there, trust in yourself, don't to use swing, and just go from there.
There was no familiarity with Jack Leiter, but when you look at just the at-bats ahead of you, the home run from Shohei Ohtani, the walk, the hit, what did you see from their at-bats that you were able to bring into yours to get that 3-homer in the first inning?
You know, I watched a lot of videos last night. I realized that he likes to throw changeups against righties too. So that gives me an idea to where to look. I was hunting something middle in. He left one. It wasn't a bad pitch. It was just up. But, you know, I just put a good swing on it.
You had some things, whether it was offensively, defensively. Tell me, when it comes between you and Andy Paz, are you going to put a line in the outfield that tells him that he has to stay on his side of the outfield?
You know, I thought it was my ball, but and then I realized I was playing to the line. So I think it was my fault. But, you know, at the end of the day, what matters is that he got the ball. We're here to have fun, enjoy what we do, and just trying to do it the best way that we can.
You guys have picked up 2 wins on the Rangers. That means you picked up the series win. Just how you guys have been able to do it, the pitching from Emmett Sheehan today. What was it like just playing from behind him?
And just, you know, having a plan, knowing, trusting the guy in front of you, behind you. The pitchers are doing the same thing. They know we had a pretty good team. That they just have to stay in the game, give us a chance to score some runs, and just go from there. We try to give it some run support to the pitching staff early in the game so they can feel more comfortable executing the pitches, and you know, and just make them more comfortable to believe in everything that they got.
Teoscar, congratulations on this win tonight.
Thank you, appreciate it.
It is so great to see a healthy version of Teoscar Hernandez here in 2026. We're seeing great results from him. Hit that big 3-run homer to cap off a 4-run first inning. But it was Shohei Ohtani, Nomar, in the bottom of the first inning, right after Brandon Nimmo started the game for the Rangers with a solo home run. Shohei says, anything you can do, I can do as well.
And that's exactly how you respond. You know, you give up that early run to them, okay, and then Emmett Sheehan, like I said, only allowing just that one. Okay, I got to settle down here, and he did. And how do you give your pitcher confidence as well? Well, you get it right back. Now, all of a sudden, it's a clean slate. That's what Emmett Sheehan's feeling right there on the bench when he sees that, like, oh, now it's 0-0. That first one didn't count. Here we go. I can settle in, but a great swing by Shohei Ohtani, putting the team on the board. But listen, they weren't finished after that. There was quality at bats after that, and then obviously with Teo. But Shohei Ohtani extending that streak of getting on base with just that one swing there in that first inning.
I love the fact that the Dodgers responded right away, and that's your job. That's your job as an offense. If your starter goes out there and surrenders a run, hey, get him right back in the game. And Shohei Ohtani does that right away. It's tied 1-1, but we were not done. Outstanding at bats for the rest of the guys, and then Teoscar Hernandez. He got a hanging Campio in her half, and he did not miss it. I'm telling you, one of the prettier right-handed swings you will see. Dodgers, 4th spot on that board. We'll also love Emmett Sheehan, the very next inning, quick.
Yep.
Second inning to get his offense back in the dugout.
And we'll talk more about Emmett Sheehan over the course of the rest of this post-game show. His velocity was up, so that was really a good sign from Emmett Sheehan. The results followed that. And then they turn it over to the bullpen. Jack Dreyer, a great bounce-back outing in the 7th inning. And then you have Tanner Scott puts up a 0 in the 8th inning, Jerry. And then in the 9th inning, it's Blake Trinan with Edwin Diaz not getting the call tonight because he pitched last night. It was Blake Trinan and Alex Vessa getting it to the finish line.
Yeah, Blake Trinan obviously put himself in position to shut the door, but obviously manager Dave Roberts elected to go with Vesia to close out, needed that one out to close it out. Both guys did their job, and that's the name of the game. Close out a win, and they did that. Blake Trinan and Alex Vesia. We know about I like about Blake Trinan. The velocity is up, and more importantly, the movement is there. Anytime you have that movement here, line drive right at Kyle Tucker for out number 1. I love the movement of that slider. Yes, he walks Corey Seager, but I love the movement is there. And when he has that movement, and here Max will tell you, he should have made this play. Kind of hits the heel of his glove. Error on Max. But Blake Trinan, that was absolutely filthy to get touch.
When you said what I love about Blake Trinan, I thought you were going to say the video game slider and the video game sinker that he goes out there with, as you mentioned the movement. But then you also have Alex Vesia waiting. Everybody in the bullpen is waiting and ready when called upon. And we know Alex Vesia is no different. It doesn't matter what the situation. He has the Red Bull and ready. He's got his hair lit on fire. He's going to come in with emotion and go out there and give it.
Dodgers get the win 6-3, improving to 11-3 on the season. That's the best record in baseball. Emmett Sheehan picks up his second win. He goes 6 innings, gives up 3 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Alex Vesia, first save of the year on his birthday. Teoscar goes 2 for 4, third home run, a double, 3 RBIs, and Shohei 2 for 4 with home run number 4 on the season. Here's what's coming up on the calendar. It's a 1 p.m. start time for Sunday's series finale. Then the New York Mets will be here Monday on Hello Kitty Hoodie Night. Wednesday's series finale on Jackie Robinson Day. That one's on ESPN. All others on Sportsnet LA, including next weekend's games in Colorado. Well, how many times has it happened before? You join us as our headset guest live on the pregame show, and you get the save about 3 hours later. More reaction coming up from Alex Vesia and Dave Roberts. 6-3 Dodgers. Access Sportsnet Dodgers. Back-to-back wins and back-to-back free food from Jack in the Box. That's because the Dodgers had 11 strikeouts tonight. So tomorrow, just go to Jack in the Box. Get yourself a free Jumbo Jack when you purchase a large drink at an LA area location. Tonight, it was Emmett Sheehan carrying the load. He had 6 of those strikeouts, and Emmett Sheehan also picked up win number 2 on the season. Let's go inside the clubhouse and hear from Sheehan with Kirsten and the media.
Well, Emmett, when you look at your outing, I mean, I feel like outside of the 2 home runs, it seemed like the stuff was in a really good spot tonight. Did you find that? And would you say that this is probably the best that you felt this early in the regular season?
Yeah, definitely. I think, obviously there's some pitches I wanted to have back there, but delivery-wise, throw-wise, everything felt a lot better. Stuff was playing, and I was executing a lot better today, so definitely a step in the right direction.
Yeah, when you look at just kind of the bullpen and the work that you were able to do in between this one and your last outing, what do you think has been the biggest difference for you?
I think it's just a couple simple things with the delivery that were different. Connor and Mark have been great about, trying to get me on the right track, and I think it just took a couple outings for it all to click, but yeah.
What happened to me? Should having the 7 days between starts benefit you?
I don't know. It definitely felt like a long time. I don't know if I felt good. I've felt good the past 3, so I don't arm wise. I don't think it really made that much of a difference.
Was there specific stuff in the delivery where you would kind of figure out?
One of the big things this week was like the glove tap, just timing everything up. Before that, I feel like I was getting in good positions. I just wasn't timing everything up the right way, so I think that helped a lot.
How big of a correlation do you think there is between that, like the velocity being where you kind of want it to be?
Yeah, I think it's a big correlation.
What was different just about your week of work here with the extra day and what you guys were doing?
We got to throw 2 bullpens, which was nice. Maybe, step on it a little more in the bullpen, try to throw it a little harder and get it a little closer to game speed, which always helps.
Fastball velocity being up, or just like the way the slider was playing, kind of the bigger thing tonight?
I don't know. I think they kind of go hand in hand, just like execution. tied in with just being confident in the stuff. So, yeah, I think it kind of goes hand in hand.
How difficult is it to know what's maybe wrong with your delivery timing-wise and be able to actually implement it and actually get the changes to be consistent, stuff like that?
Yeah, it can definitely be tough sometimes. Past, month and a half, we've been trying to work on it, and, it felt like at times it wasn't, progressing the way it should. But, yeah, just stuck with it.
And really, if you go back to spring training, there was quite a bit of talk about Emmett Sheehan's velocity not being quite there, what we saw last year. And coming into the start, about 1.5 miles down from where he was. We saw 97 from him tonight, Nomar. He was averaging right around 95. It was a much better night velocity-wise, and it sounded like they were able to unlock something in his delivery.
Before the game, he mentioned that. He mentioned about his mechanics being up and not as consistent, and that contributed possibly to the velocity being down. But for me, it wasn't a matter of the velocity and looking at the number. It was also the way the pitches were coming out of his hand, late break, and the life on it. We're going to go to the K zone and see him the way he utilizes his pitches today and was able to get some out, get the guys out today. Really a quality swings and misses, the check swings like that. That tells you when you see a lot of check swings, we've seen a couple of those in this game. That's telling you where the hitter's assuming one pitch, thinking it's a fastball, maybe out of your head, and then as it's coming, like, oh my gosh, I am so wrong, and I'm guessing, and trying to stop. He was on point today.
What I loved about this outing, after he gave up that leadoff home run to Nimmo, he said, all right, that's it, enough. I'm attacking the strike zone. I'm going to trust my stuff. I'm not going to really worry about mechanics. I'm going to go out there and pitch, and he did just that. Gave up that run right away, shuts the door in that first inning. We get 4 runs in the bottom half of the first, and that second inning was outstanding. Probably the best slider I've seen from him so far this season. Great fastball command, and anytime you get 6 innings, I'll take 3 earned runs. Giving your team a chance to win, but look at the stat line. Only 1 base on ball.
Right.
That's it. Him trusting his stuff, competing in the strike zone, that's when Emmett Sheehan is at his best.
And that's why Emmett Sheehan got the win tonight, his second of the season. Still more reaction coming your way from the Ravine on a Saturday night. Shohei Ohtani extended his on-base streak in his first at-bat of the game with a leadoff home run. Dodgers going for the series sweep of the Rangers tomorrow.